Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to part 2 of Rayman Review. Right where we left off, where our hero is fighting off Space Mama at their dad, and Mr. Dark kidnapped Brunera the fairy. Okay, it just went too fast, but you can save your game when there's a Mr. Hat and Magician. This is where the game gets even harder, with more deadly traps, more. This isn't even a dark area room. Yeah, make the game even harder in the darkness. Not seeing the enemies. You can jump on walls and avoid fishes. More traps. Yada yada. We get to the other boss, which is Scorps, a giant scorpion. Round 1, you have to avoid his sharp tail, his claws, or basically one claw. And run for your life from the lava. And reach your end stage. And yet Rayman survives getting burned alive. This is where the game gets even harder. You have to avoid his beam, his claw, his tail as well. Avoiding them. This will be slightly trickier because it follows Rayman wherever he moves. If you mess it up, you'll have to start all over again. So you have to time your jump perfectly. And he is defeated. Anyways, we get to the final stage, which is obviously called oh yeah, and you get a password in this one too. Candy Kino. The final stage of Rayman's adventure, where everything's made out of sweets of candy, ice cream, and cakes, which is the best part of the final stage in Rayman, because it's obviously a kid's game. Also, you have to avoid the yellow liquid custard, or he'll die. In this final stage, you also get chased by Dark Rayman, which I had a hell of a time avoiding him. And you move wherever you go, and you have to make sure you do this and do that. And one touch, which he'll kill you. One hit, you'll die. Once you get through all that mess. That's in later on tougher stages and fighting clowns and other enemies. You should finally come face to face with Mr. Dark, and you get trapped by his fireballs, and him saying, "You're doomed, good Rayman." But luckily, the Tinsy fairies that you save give him his power, and he runs away as a coward he is. And you fight the main bosses in the big mix-up in the final battle. This is pretty awesome. Even though you don't fight Mr. Dark, but still, this is pretty much an epic way to end your game. Seeing Rayman fight the enemies and mixed up bodies. These are the ones you fought off before. And there's the mosquito that tries to squash you. These ones are pretty easy. Including the last one, that's pretty simple. Just punch him a few times in a row. And the game ends. Yep, it just ends there. I'm not kidding. That's how they end their game. You'll either like this game's ending or not. You'll rather find it kind of disappointing. But to its credit, I do like how they use images. It's showing the characters you met before do, well, interesting stuff. And that was Rayman for PlayStation 1. This is one of the greatest things they did in the early 90s. This is meant for kids, from adults, all in their that Rayman, whatever his name is. I think Rayman was a pretty huge success from his very first one to his sequels in different systems. And I would say it was a pretty great game. I mean, over the years, there's Rayman's games were pretty much, in a word for it, decent. I would say it's not terrible, but so bleeding hard. Or from a great successful game. And from 1995, kids really love Rayman. Since it wasn't a big time on the screen. Almost dropped it. With wonderful music, awesome gameplay, and wonderful graphics. This game holds up pretty well off of 1995. So I give Rayman a 7 out of 10. It is just wonderful to see these interesting characters, wonderful graphics, music, and most likely the wonderful design backgrounds. People worked hard on it. They did a well done job doing this game. So, I really love the Rayman game series. And pretty soon I'll talk about the sequels. This is Eli signing out. Leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for listening. And goodbye. Hey, my fellow viewers out there.